Introduction to normalization of database. Normalization is nothing but one process with the help of which we can make our database structure optimized. We can reduce the data redundancies, and if the data is not redundant, then also the possibility of having data inconsistency will get reduced. Normalization also eliminate the possibility of anomalies, that is difficulties of insertion, deletion and updation. Let us go through the text, and with one example we can easily make you understand why normalization is so important in the database design. So, it is the process of organizing the columns or attributes and the tables or the relations of a relational database to reduce data redundancy and improve data integrity. So, data redundancy means a same data may get replicated in multiple places. So, if we carry out any kind of updation, then sometimes we may have updated some of the instances of the data and the rest instances of the same data may remain unupdated. As a result of that, we shall be leaving our database in some inconsistent state behind. So, that is the problem of data redundancy. Let us suppose one person's age has been written in multiple places in multiple relations, say in 5 places. Due to update of the person's age, we have updated 3 of those instances and 2 instances left unupdated. In those cases, in the next time when we shall execute one query to get the age of the person, then I shall be getting 2 answers, 2 values, and that is ridiculous and inconsistent. So, that is why normalization is the process which will eliminate data redundancy and which will improve the data integrity, and obviously when the data redundancy will get reduced, then the scope of inconsistency will be also reduced. It ensures optimum structure of the database. It ensures atomic data. At the intersection of each row and column, the data item must be atomic in nature. That means the data item cannot be divided further to get the valid data there. So, that is why all the data items should be atomic, that is non-divisible further. It eliminates data inconsistencies and anomalies. Here we are having 3 kind of anomalies. They are insert, delete and update operations. So, these anomalies or difficulties we can easily explain through this particular relation. This is one relation given to us, and it is having roll number, name, age, book number, subject and price, and it has been told that the primary key is roll number, book number, that is a composite key. So, roll number and book number, they are the prime attributes, and rest 4 attributes will be living as non-prime or non-key attributes. Whenever prime attributes are there, we are having 2 constants on them. Point number 1 is that we cannot carry out any update on the prime attributes, that is a constant number 1, and constant number 2, we cannot insert any record in the database where we are leaving some null at those prime attributes. At least 1 or more than 1 prime attributes we are leaving null after inserting a new tuple, that is not allowed. So, whenever we are having some prime attribute, then 2 constants are there, we cannot update the prime attribute and we cannot leave any null against those attributes. So, let us suppose we are having this roll number, name, age, book number, subject and price, and these are the list of names are given with the ages, and these are the list of book details given with the subject and price. Okay, now let me tell you how this particular library management system database is having the insert anomaly. So, we are going to discuss the insert anomaly at first, then you shall go for delete and update. Okay, now let us suppose the college authority has purchased another 5 new books. So, you see the book entry in this particular relation cannot be done for the new books until and unless the book has been borrowed by one of the students, because if you make entry for the new books, then this roll number against those 5 new books will remain null or void, and that is not allowed because roll number is a prime attribute. So, that is why new book entry is not possible. New student entry who hasn't taken any book from the library is not possible. So that's why we have discussed what is the insert anomaly. Now we are going to discuss the delete anomaly. Now what is the deletion anomaly? Let us suppose this particular book DBMS has been lost from the database, has been lost from the library. So this particular book has to be deleted. So if we delete this particular book details, then this book number will become void, null. So as a result of that, this particular tuple is getting deleted, because I cannot keep any tuple where one of the prime attributes even keeping them value with null. So that's why if we delete this full tuple, then this OVIC with the age 20, roll number 3, that information will be lost. So that's why it is concerning deletion anomaly. So let us go for the update anomaly. Let us go for the update anomaly. Okay, Ankan has taken 2 books from the library. One is this book he has taken, that is the network book, and this Ankan has taken another book, that is the book on e-commerce. So roll number 1 has taken more than 1 books, and that is quite possible in the library. A student can take more than 1 books at a time. Now Ankon is trying to has put one application to the principal side that there is some wrong in the age value. So this age value has to be updated. You see, as this Ankon tuple is occurring twice, so the same age value is occurring twice. So let us suppose the new age value will be 19.5. So let us suppose we have updated this one and we didn't update this one. We have updated this one and we forgot to update this one. So next time when I shall ask the age of Ankan, then I'll be getting 2 answers which is inconsistent. So that is known as the update anomaly. So this library management system database, it was looking like fantastic because I am having the student details, I am having the respective book details, whatever the student has borrowed. So all the details are available in one table. So it was fantastic, it was looking fantastic, but it is not effective enough. It is unimplementable because we shall have to keep this particular relation only in the read only mode. If we go on doing any kind of update operation or delete operation or insert operation, that means if you want to do any kind of write operation on this particular relation, then obviously it will produce anomalies and difficulties because this particular relation is not normalized. So that's why in the next videos we shall discuss different normal forms to reduce or to eliminate data redundancies, to eliminate the inconsistencies in the database, to improve the database structure, to improve the data integrity, and to remove anomalies from the database. So we shall discuss different normal forms in the next videos to solve such problems where insertion, deletion, updation anomalies will not be there, redundancies will not be there, and so on. Edgar F. Cord was the first person who proposed this particular normalization techniques. So we are having this 1NF, 2NF, 3NF. So all these particular normal forms was proposed by Cord's. So that's why we are having Cord's rules on this relational database management system. So now please watch the next videos because those videos are in the continuation of this one and you'll be getting a concrete idea on normalization. Thanks for watching this video.